Well, here we are on the Medicine Show, Rob Ellen here, and we are at the Anarco Folk Festival somewhere in the hills of Elgin, around Elgin. And I have the organiser with me. We're having a nice cup of coffee. Morning, James.
Morning. Thanks for the coffee. It's great stuff.
Yeah. How goes the revolution? It seems to be healthy.
Well, sometimes you think, yeah, we're in a bit of a mess, but then things like this happen, and you think actually there's some good people out there who are making stuff happen. So, yeah, looking good.
Well, thanks very much for the invite. I tell you, it's been. We're on the weekend for those viewing this a bit later. We're on the weekend that Britain gained its sovereignty again.
Yeah, independence from or something.
Yeah. I don't want to get too deep into that. What I would like to say at this point, before I find out a bit more about yourself and the raison d'etre behind the Anarco movement, is thank you. Basically, this was the perfect antidote to the very divisive emotions that have been flying around flying around everybody that's been involved in this, no matter what side it comes down to. Referendum have got that ability to fractionise people.
And make people fall out with their best mates and all that stuff. Yeah.
So this hasn't been that way. It's been people arrived here with anger, some folk, but arrived here knowing that in shock. And then we've sat and watched that dissipating from the
yesterday morning, a couple of people I came up with were just wandering around in a daze, just like, what have we done?
I know somebody that got a speeding ticket because it was thinking didn't see the copper with a gun. £100.
Is that not
making it worse?
Mitigating circumstance?
Yeah. So thank you for that.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, it's been great.
Thanks for being
So we've just sat through a nice chat on how to get more active within communities and further the cause of a different way of doing things.
Yeah.
Now, first question: the word anarchy.
Yeah.
Gets bad press, doesn't it?
Of course, people see it as chaos.
Yeah.
And the point is, I would always say, so I was talking to a guy yesterday from a band called Woodwife who are playing tonight, and he would say, "Oh, I'm not an anarchist because I'm too organised." And I said, no, but that's the point. Anarchism is about being better organised, so you don't need the authoritarian structures. You don't need someone telling you what to do because you get organised. Yeah.
And a lot I say bad press, and I chose that advisedly because the press are bad, let's face it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are the stormtroopers of the enemy, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Spreading misinformation, disinformation.
So part of it is exploding that taboo.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So something like this obviously has taken a hell of a lot of organisation. We've tried to do it with as much openness as possible.
Yeah.
Sometimes people have to make decisions that are difficult or unpopular. One of the decisions we had to make was actually to put a 20 quid ticket price on, so that we could limit numbers, so that we could keep control of it, because we haven't got the infrastructure.
There's a standpipe of water. There's a fantastic hand-built toilet system in there.
There's the urinals that were built yesterday, and there's
and everybody is totally encouraged to pee in the woods if they want to,
because it's good for the trees.
Yeah, it's all around,
and all the rest of it.
And you can pull your car up, and I have done with a van, on the lawn, and put your tent beside. I mean, this is festivals at a revolutionary level again, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going back to how it was when it was started in the 70s.
Yeah.
So anarchy is about organisation.
For me, very much so. Organisation and openness of ideas, openness of structures. And making stuff happen. Being responsible for what you do, and not hurting anybody as best you can, and being active, making stuff happen.
Just maybe changing the way, encouraging others to change the way that they view the world. And your chosen weapon of choice is a guitar, isn't it?
Absolutely, and my voice. And of course, I have a nice T-shirt actually. An American friend of mine just says "No leaders, only voices," and it's got a picture of a guitar on it. But absolutely, it's one. as always, music is how I got into politics.
Yeah.
Through being a punk rocker in the late 70s, early 80s, and I also think music is central to everything.
Yeah.
If we don't have music, then we don't have anything.
Yeah.
And it's how we communicate, it's how we share, it's how we party, it's how we make love, it's all the rest of it.
And it touches every spirit. There's nobody can leave, enter this realm, and leave without music touching them.
Absolutely. And of course, coupled with that is music and words.
Yeah.
They both communicate. If you can get the perfect combination, it's my quest is how do you write the perfect political love song that's beautiful, that people like, or is angry, but or whatever, but it gets across emotion, it communicates with people.
That Billy Bragg seems to do that quite well.
Well, he gets it. I saw him a couple of weeks ago, actually, playing near us.
He was up round.
In the summer, sometimes he gets it right. Not all the time, but as
he's out there doing it though. There's no doubt in that. So we will get a song.
Indeed.
We'll get to that. But the movement itself and these events, is this something that were you inspired by another event to do this?
Always since I was a teenager into my 20s, I've enjoyed going to festivals. Got very disillusioned with the big festivals. We were saying, being at Glastonbury in '85 or something in the mud. It's an experience, but it's not my idea of how to do. It's too big, it's too crazy. But I've been involved in I've been to a few free festivals and stuff like that in the 80s, 90s. Particularly I spent a year and a half living in New Zealand, and they have because it's obviously much smaller society, there's 4 million people or whatever in the middle of the Pacific. The sort of folk and festival scene is quite small, very community based, and I've always liked how they do it. It's there is a nice thing about New Zealand is in a lot of ways less kind of commercial than here, much more make do and mend, much more what they call the number 8 wire philosophy, that you can always fix it with a bit of number 8 wire. Obviously comes from their history, and so I was very, very heartened to see that, and enjoyed spending time at festivals. And they do things like they might have a few acts on a Friday night, and then on Saturday night they'll have a homebrew workshop where some guys have brewed loads of beer.
I just sat
and they sing sea shanties.
I sat on a natural dye workshop over there where because I've got a tie-dye shirt.
Yeah.
Where did the dye come from?
How does that work?
And it comes from bloody plants that are sitting in my garden.
Of course. So just using what you got. So anyway, and touring New Zealand, I played a few house concerts and stuff like that. And I live in quite a big house. So we said, okay, we can do that. So we started doing house concerts, and then there's other sort of festival scene stuff. There are some really nice festivals in England, like small DIY, 500 people,
and these ideas have been
of course, and so how this came about was talking to Jim, whose site it is, and they've kind of got some of the infrastructure in place. And so we said, okay, let's do it. So last year we did it, and there was maybe 30 people, 40 people, and it was much more of a kind of party, a one-day event. And so this year we said, okay, let's go bigger. But how do we, keep it manageable? And I think this is,
it's ideal. You've got
perfect.
3 venues. I'll wander around a bit later on, cut it in to the film, but you've got 3 venues, a lovely barn venue which had a fabulous atmosphere.
Wasn't that cracking?
That's fantastic. And 2 lovely tents, and that they came from John McGeoch. Did they?
I'm not sure. That wasn't my department.
Well, the tents are fantastic, and locally sourced. Which is always a good thing, and 1 or 2 gazebos lying around where workshops are kicking off at the moment.
And we, with the music, we tried to have some locally sourced music and international music
from all over, and that went out the same way as the tickets went out, didn't it? Word of mouth.
So I knew, obviously been on the scene for a long time. I know lots of people. And I put out word we're doing this and see what comes back. And
it's a cross-border pollination because you're from Huddersfield.
I live in Huddersfield, West Yorkshire.
And there's a very, very strong Northern English component here obviously came up with you. And folk, I mean, I was singing the International last night
in French,
with the brothers
Gillespie,
loving every minute.
Wow,
of it.
were they fantastic?
They're amazing.
Brilliant.
I'm going to snag them next.
Absolutely,
before
they
take
were
off.
fantastic.
They're playing in Port Soy,
and again they were one of the contacts that I made that I didn't really know.
Yeah.
Never heard of them before.
Yeah.
They got in touch, and said we'd be interested. Yeah. And actually, and what a find!
Yeah,
what an absolute find!
And there was two German girls singing in German at the side, and I was thinking at that point, I don't feel any less European than I did yesterday.
Yeah. Internationalism is alive and kicking.
It certainly is. How did people find out about you, your music, and about this movement and any future events?
My stuff you can find on. There's loads of stuff on YouTube. Some of it's better than others. Mm-hmm. I have a WordPress site, which is effectively like a website, which has got some information, a bit of blogging, I'm not as active as I should be on it, but you can see what I look like and you can listen to some tunes. Otherwise, there is the Scottish Anarco Folk Fest Facebook site. Which we'll keep open.
You're going to keep that open. Keep up
the idea for doing this is that we don't know, but next year there very likely will be more of the same. Yeah,
and people will be inspired up to go away themselves and maybe connect something.
Well, that's what I'm waiting for, is that if anybody wants to put on a festival, we can help with the ideas how it works. We can help with musicians. Well, I'd love to come and visit.
Certainly riding point for the whole thing. In the Moose, we'll be driving around. If there's anybody that we come across on the trail that
anybody's got a bit of land and
inspired by this bit of film or inspired by any of the acts that we're going to broadcast over the weekend. Certainly. I mean, all the we should hook up somewhere. This should happen. And it's lovely. It's happening.
It should happen every weekend in every town.
It's the way people should live.
It is marvellous.
So well done. You give us a song.
Right. Okay.
Stop shirking your responsibility.
Absolutely. Right. Okay.
You got enough room there?
Yeah. I'll manage. Yeah. So I'll sing a song. This is a song that I wrote on a train. So it's a country song because I thought that's kind of like a and it's called Everything Changes.
This is James Bowen.
Thank you.
In the Moose on the Medicine Show, and thanks very much for a great weekend.
Even hobbling on one leg. All I can do is ask of you not to make me beg. My desperate pride from deep down inside will grant protection from the rain. This old heart of mine's too fragile, you find, would never stand the pain. I can trust you with the good times, the laughter and the sun. I thought the misery would never catch up with me out here on the run. But I can trust you with my truth, I can trust you with my heart. I'm heading for the border with a heartache in pursuit. I got a couple of hours head start. Changes with a blue bolt flash and a wistful smile. A jealous heart and a brave face front have a certain desperate style. Foundations rocking earthquakes, lifeblood pumped still faster. Heading straight in with my eyes wide open to an uncertain man-made disaster. Your feet in my shoes, I put my hand in yours. Cogs will turn and fuses will burn, all behind closed doors. I never saw the sun. Everything changes with a blue bolt flash and a wistful smile. A jealous heart and a brave face front have a certain desperate style. Foundations rocking earthquakes, lifeblood pumps still faster. Heading straight in with my eyes wide open to the man-made disaster. I put my fate in the capable hands, someone who looks quite like you. I'll apportion the blame, dodge the comeback the same. Some say like I always do. Trepidations's tense and the foreboding sense run once more in my veins as nameless towns slide past my window from a speeding southbound train. Changes with a blue bolt flash and a wistful smile. A jealous heart and a brave face front have a certain desperate style. Foundations rocking earthquakes, lifeblood pumps still faster. Heading straight in with my eyes wide open to an uncertain man-made disaster. Everything changes with a blue bolt flash and a wistful smile. Thank
James,
you.
that was great. That was
stuff.
Fantastic. And change all around us. There's a workshop kicking off into songwriting over there, and I'm particularly interested to get to see Mr. Mackay, Douglas Mackay, with his storytelling for social change.
Right,
so we should just go and do that.
Yeah, let's go and do that.
Thanks for that, man.
Thanks very much.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
very well.
Nice one. Thanks for the coffee.
Yeah, lovely.